My mother, former Oregon State Senator Abel Gordley, has championed mental health issues in the state Senate in Oregon and called for the U.S. Department of Justice to investigate the mistreatment and abuses at the Oregon State Hospital. We have not been able to see any positive corrective action other than the fact that I and other patients were mistreated and abused there. I have continued to monitor conditions at the Oregon State Hospital and report any ongoing progress of the treatment of the patients, as well as abuse to the proper venues and entities. Although I was raised Catholic as a child, I attend Highland Christian Center in Portland, Oregon for religious services, but I still keep my Catholic faith. I'm Tyrone Waters. I'm a survivor, and this is my life story. I would like to thank my family and friends for their love and support. My father, Michelle Waters, my mother, Avell Gordley, my aunt, Faye Birch, my cousin, Michelle Birch, my uncle, Michael Birch, my uncle, Tyrone Gordley, my aunt, Dean Gordley of Spanaway, Washington, my friend, Greg Mackey, and the rest of my family and friends, too many to mention. Thank you. And now here's some additional information on schizophrenia and expanding the possibilities of how schizophrenia is treated. While there is no cure for schizophrenia yet, research has led to a newer generation of medicines that give new hope. These medicines can help your loved ones manage their symptoms. Medicines for schizophrenia are called antipsychotic drugs. Although the exact way these medicines work is unknown, antipsychotics are thought to restore the balance of chemicals in the brain, so messages don't get confused. Older generation conventional antipsychotic drugs have been around for over 50 years. These drugs manage the positive symptoms of schizophrenia. Newer generation atypical antipsychotics have been available for the last 15 years. These drugs are described as atypical because they are different from conventional antipsychotics. Atypical antipsychotics treat both the positive and negative symptoms of schizophrenia. And now let's talk about understanding schizophrenia. What is schizophrenia? Schizophrenia is a brain disorder that causes people to sometimes have difficulty functioning in their daily lives. Research suggests that schizophrenia may be caused by a chemical imbalance in the brain. This imbalance can produce too many messages, which can get mixed up and cause symptoms. Who gets schizophrenia? It is still unknown why this illness happens to one person and not to another. Schizophrenia occurs equally in men and women. Symptoms usually first appear sometime between the young adult years and the early 30s. Only a doctor can accurately diagnose schizophrenia. What are the symptoms of schizophrenia? People with schizophrenia may experience different types of symptoms. The most common types are positive and negative symptoms. Positive describes an excess of symptoms that are not normally present. Negative describes a lack of behaviors or feelings that are normally present. Positive symptoms include the following: believing things that most other people do not think are real or true, seeing or hearing things that others do not, feeling very scared and distrustful, taking action without really thinking, and disorganized thoughts. Negative symptoms include the following: having little or inappropriate feelings in certain situations, feeling disconnected or out of touch with friends and family, having a difficult time speaking with others, and finally, losing interest in regular everyday activities. Ideally, a medication should treat both types of symptoms. If you need help or assistance or require additional information on schizophrenia or any other mental illness, please contact a mental health care professional in your area. The following is a grievance that I filed on 11/6/2009. I want to report patient abuse that occurred on 11/5/09 at Kaiser Permanente Medical Facility. I had pain in my lower back and called the advice nurse. She argued about the diagnosis. The nurse recommended an appointment with the provider. I went to the urgency care instead to seek treatment. There, comments were made. Your socks stink. We want you dead. We got Waters. We got Gordley. Waters' mother's maiden name. You're crazy. On the security guard's radio, it was announced, we got Waters. The check-in receptionist came to his room and started laughing and walked away. I had to leave the facility and had to go to Providence Emergency to be treated. It was very upsetting. I called Medicare to report this abuse. I also wrote a letter to the United States Department of Justice about the incident on November 7th, 2009, and it reads as follows. Dear Liaison, please be advised that I am enclosing a copy of a grievance dated 11/6/09 for patient abuse that occurred on 11/5/09 at a Kaiser Permanente facility in Portland, Oregon. I would appreciate your investigating this matter and rendering a response in a timely manner that is expeditious. I have contacted Medicare and also the Office of OIC and was not able to get a resolution to the problem. I also contacted the Governor's Ombudsman through Medicare by phone and got no response. Sincerely, Tyrone Waters. I have not gotten a response from the U.S. Justice Department.